Somebody told me with the weed killer, it doesn't affect the fruit on the tree. So it's like you could put Roundup under a tree, and they said that's the way to deal with it doesn't affect the fruit. Is that true?
No.
Sure.
I had mango trees out there in 25-gallon pots that were enormous, and they were $100, and they didn't sell. You have good mango years and bad mango years. I think in the end of this month will be the full moon down there. Hopefully we don't get a big Arctic blast coming through and suck the cold air all the way down.
Sure.
But that would wipe out all this fruit. And there's nothing like growing your own or your neighbor growing one and you know, trying them.
Hello everybody, welcome to Fruitful Trees. Here I am today with this man at this place, that's Mike, and this is Trees and More. And today we're going to be walking around his yard and looking at his trees and more. It's a great place, and thanks for having us out.
No, thanks for coming, man.
All right, everybody, links and other visits here are below the video. Until then, everybody, enjoy this one, and here we go. All right, what's your most popular mango that you sell?
Well, since Gary came out with all the fancy hybrids and all that, people are always asking for like fruit punch and pineapple pleasure. You can't get that. What is it, P22?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants that. I have Gary's Sugarloaf, Orange Essence, the big one down there with all the fruit, that was Lemon Zest. That flies out of here too. It's a lot of the things that Gary did are just, you know, they're phenomenal.
Why is it so hard to find pineapple pleasure?
They sell out, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, and they get bought up quick.
Do you have the P22?
No.
No? Okay.
Right now we're low on them. Like I say, I've got 50 trees out there. You want to walk through the
Yes, let's do it. Let's see what's growing on.
Coggeshall. Now that's a pretty little tree for people with a small yard.
I've had the fruit. It wasn't that great. Maybe it was
I
just
like
one year. Yeah, people like it.
When they're at fruit, you know, I'll let you know. M4. That's a coconutty one from Gary.
Yes.
Very productive. And that tree was produced a lot last year. The one next to it's CAC.
Great tree.
CAC, you like CAC?
Great, but yours doesn't look as big, but it's a big tree.
Well, these are younger. They're not as old as my other grove.
Yeah, that CAC is excellent.
And these are all the dead-looking sticks. Attamoyas. They just dropped their leaves. I could show you my 3-gallon sugar apples, not a leaf on them. Everybody calling me out. Do you have sugar apples?
My Attamoyas, for some reason, never fruit well.
They don't fruit well.
Yeah, I just took one out and put it in a pot.
Yeah. Well, this field is low.
After the CAC, what's that next one?
The guava.
Guava, excellent.
And they changed the name on it.
Yeah.
Guava is what I bought it as, and that's what I keep.
And what's the last one? The two on the end there?
The next one is cotton candy, and the last one is a dwarf carry.
Nice, on the new rootstock.
On the rootstock that Gary put on. Well, like I said, this field right here, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. You know, I had trouble with this field flooding. We brought in all the dirt and raised this pad up, and this one still gets low. So a lot of this stuff is the Attamoyas are all going to come out and go into pots. Over there was white sapote. They don't like water. They don't want to be flooded. And then jackfruit, they don't want to be flooded. The field stayed wet for a long time. Now I've raised it up some, and we raised it up with the horse manure out of the stables. I'm always Emby.
MB?
This is Emby. This is a male. This is a boy. I know it. After I've had this thing for years, couple fruit on it. Throws out male flowers. The one behind it is either female or bisexual. This is either female or bisexual. It fruits, and it has fruited quite a bit. Now I just got some from Zane's World, and Rob. They brought me up some from Gene Joyner's after, you know, he's passed away.
Sure.
They brought a couple things from Gene Joyner's, and one is a bisexual MB. I don't want to plant it next to these. I'm gonna put it probably in a backfield or something somewhere else, just to keep it pure, because I don't,
sure.
You know, I would like to get the seeds off of it. or you know, like I said, we grafted them. I grafted them and a couple other things, but that's an unusual neem.
What's this?
That's neem. That's
Neem. Okay. Yep.
neem oil.
Yep. Yep.
I'm going to see if I can't do some cuttings and get them to take. I tried earlier and on the net didn't take, but somebody told me maybe I didn't scrape them good enough. I scraped them down to the bark. That one's sea shampoo. In Thai, I think that means the color pink. It has a little pink tint to the fruit. That's that. A couple different guavas. That's the great big white one, Barbie pink and Ruby Supreme. Then there's the dark green thing down there. That's Black Sapote. This is the pretty, probably my prettiest, Alano.
Beautiful. Now, do you keep them short on purpose, or they just get short?
Same thing. Wind broke the top out of it out. I just went in there and knocked the top, cut it after it broke. This big main limb here broke off the top, and then there was another one over there.
Yep.
So you just cut the top out. It had probably broke somewhere in there, and I went down to where it was. And instead of just shooting up real big, it made this big. And I like it because they're all at the height.
Sure.
What
is this one here?
This is probably the most intense flavored sapodilla, Silas Woods.
Silas Wood.
This tastes like brown sugar.
Yeah, I had a nice one growing in a pot and I sold it. I couldn't.
Well, you need 5 or 10 acres.
I know.
And then you'd have to get people to help you work it, because this is all I do all the time. Everybody says, well, what do? Do you have a job? This is a job.
Yeah, the place is looking great here.
And then, yeah, you were here before the stuff was getting high, and it slows down in the winter. Got all the grass done, hit it with some weed killer. Maha, phenomenal mango. Maha Chinook. That's a good one.
Somebody told me with the weed killer, it doesn't affect the fruit on the tree. So it's like you could put Roundup under a tree, and they said that's the way to deal with it doesn't affect the fruit. Is that true?
No, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. As you see, real close to the tree.
Yeah.
The grass is still green and growing.
Uh-huh.
I don't spray right up to the trunk. I don't
Why?
hit the tree. I just don't want the poison getting on the tree. I mean, it is a weed killer. It doesn't, Roundup doesn't affect the wood on trees, but let's play safe.
It's real scary to even use the Roundup because you hear so much negative stuff about it, but I know people that use it.
I couldn't do this place without it.
Yeah.
You saw how high the grass was in here before. We have a video somewhere.
So what do you just spray it?
Yeah, 2-gallon sprayer and just go through and do up one side and then do the other. And it'll knock it down for a long time. And then the trees are up high like this so I can mow.
Yeah.
These are lemon meringue.
Excellent.
The big, huge ones, coconut cream.
Wow, look how beautiful.
And then when I was at Gary's, the first coconut cream I ever tasted was phenomenal. The best one I ever had was the first one I ate. And it tastes like coconut cream. Just unbelievably good.
It's great. Now, coconut cream, if anyone's going to grow them, they're a long tree to get started. You won't get mangoes for a couple of years, but then once you get them, they really do great.
And everybody says, oh, they don't grow good and they get twisted limbs and all that. Like these limbs will twist. You just cut them, trim them, trim them off. This tree looks just like a beautiful mango tree. That's coconut cream. This is all coconut cream.
Now, why do you have so many of the same tree? Just because you like them or because you sell them or what?
I tasted, we do sell the fruit, but the coconut cream, we don't get a million of them. So
now on this, how far spacing between these two?
It's 20 foot from pipe to pipe and 20 foot from tree to tree. So they're on 20-foot centers.
All right, and this is a good sized tree. Do you like to let them get bigger than this, or is that just fine?
We'll trim it. I trimmed it all underneath, and then we'll top them. Probably this year we'll bring them down.
But is this the biggest you normally let them get?
Yeah, I don't want them to get too big. Not in here, because I don't want them all touching. So this year, and by the time it's over with, we'll have to trim them back.
Now, 20 to 20 feet, you don't have to trim them all the time. It's a pretty good spacing, but some people I interview could do like 10 feet. Do you think that's a very high intense work thing they're going to have to do?
You just trim them back.
Okay.
and go with the smaller trees. Like my Valencia Pride in that field over there is the biggest tree over there. That's Valencia Pride. You wouldn't put Valencia Prides, you know, and they go closer than that, you know.
Sure.
Lemon Zest.
Where's your lemon zest?
This one,
Oh,
and the one on
beautiful.
the end.
This one doesn't have anything on it this year, much.
Nope.
This one here.
Last year it fruited.
What is this?
Lemon meringue.
A meringue. Oh, those two did, and this one doesn't.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow, look at that lemon zest. Wow, that's a beautiful tree.
Yeah.
I was at a thing recently with a bunch of people, other growers, and we were asking what's everyone's favorite mango. Number one mango. I love many, but this was my number one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, taste-wise, lemon zest.
I like the lemon meringue. That's where this one came from.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was crossed with. I know.
To me, a lemon zest is like a big lemon meringue.
Yeah. That's the only trouble with lemon meringue. It's too small.
Yeah.
You need a big one.
And they also, lemon meringue comes a little earlier than lemon zest, a little earlier.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
This is another lemon zest. This one was trimmed hard. Ice cream.
Oh, there's your ice cream.
I have 2 ice creams.
So let's talk about ice cream. How old are these ice creams?
See, I planted a lot of this stuff. Somebody was asking me about it the other day. This field here was planted before the pandemic. Before the pandemic, the fruit craze was not here.
Sure.
I had mango trees out there in 25-gallon pots that were enormous, and they were $100, and they didn't sell. So a lot of this stuff in this field was planted from 25 gallons.
Okay.
15s and 25s, because I had so many of them.
Sure.
So
this is an ice cream. Where else is your other ice cream?
that's the other ice cream.
So how do they do? Because you have these trees in the ground. That one looks a lot of flowers. So how do these trees, the ice cream, do? Because I hear they're not productive.
You don't get a million fruit on them, but when I was putting this in, I wasn't even considering selling the fruit. See, a lot of people have the mindset, I'm going to do 5 acres or 10 acres in mango trees, and we're going to ship them all over the country, and we'll do real well. I was just wanting the fruit. And everybody says, well, why do you have 50 trees? We eat mangoes all year long.
Yeah.
The wife just made a mango cobbler.
Yep.
Last week, we had mango cobbler. I mean, you do that. We have mango salsa, mango butter. One of my friends, her sister is a chef, so she does all the fancy stuff with them. So we had mango butter that was just.
If you had no space for trees, but a new mango tree was out that you loved, and you decided to replace one of your trees, from a production standpoint, would you take out one of the ice creams, or would it be another tree?
No, if we walk over to the other field, I'll show you. I have one that's ivory. I'm not pleased with ivory at all. To me, it's bland, the fruit. And I have a juicy peach that isn't doing well.
Okay.
So I do have 2 trees, and I have more spots there. And like I say, if I decide to do mangoes, I'll have room for another 30 trees.
Sure, sure.
And here's another fantastic one. That's Angie.
Yep, Angie's wonderful.
Angie is just Carrie's the mother. I don't know who the other one was, but who it was crossed with. But I know Carrie is the beginning of Angie. This is Angie, and so is that.
Angie's an excellent all-around tree.
Yeah, Angie's are real good.
Now, you were the first one to tell me about and convince me to buy a sweet tart, because you loved the flavor, but you had trouble with the trees. And what about sweet tart? What's your opinion about those?
The trees are doing fine.
They are doing fine now, okay.
Yeah,
but at one time you were having trouble with them, I think.
It just takes, and that's the thing. These trees have been here for a while. Like I said, they were probably 4 or 5 years old, 4 years old when I put them in the ground from 25s, and now they've been here for years. The coconut creams, everybody says, oh, they don't produce. Yeah, they do. They just got to get old. That's the same thing with Pineapple Pleasure. I got a couple fruit last year, only 3 or 4. What did we do with them? We ate them. We didn't sell any. Got a couple fruit off of orange essence. We didn't, them. I think it takes these trees a few years to really start to produce. Like last year was bumper crop. And that's another thing. You have good mango years and bad mango years. I think in the end of this month, will be the full moon down there. Hopefully we don't get a big Arctic blast coming through and suck the cold air all the way down.
Sure.
But that would wipe out all this fruit.
I see you have irrigation on your mango trees. How often do you water them?
Not at all. This is old irrigation from old trees, and I did water them and fertilize. I don't fertilize them anymore. All the white sand, all these are the boys hog hunting. They matter of fact, they're up on the St. Johns River right now. That's burials for hogs. You know, we
under the trees, nice.
Yeah, we take the hams off, the shoulders off, the tenderloin out, and you'll have the carcass, the head, and all that. We bury them.
So, do you think once a mango tree is established in the ground, they don't need water at all?
Unless you go through those severe droughts with no rain and the water table. Like right now, you can take a post hole digger, and you saw I dug that over there. I've down there 2 feet, no water coming in. When you don't have any rain for a long period of time and the ground does dry out, because, you know, everybody around here is pulling all the water out of the ground, so the groundwater, the table will go down. When it's that long of a drought, we'll hit them with some water.
Okay.
But, you know, as far as like now, no, you know, but this summer, same thing. They think we're going to have a bad summer again this summer. All depends on how long you go without rain. When the trees, you don't want them to wilt. If they haven't had a drink at all for so long, then I'll just turn the water on.
But even if they do, at worst, you'll have a bad year. It won't kill the tree if they don't get water.
It don't kill the tree, but it'll make it look bad. You'll have limbs die and stuff on them.
Very nice, man. This is great. And you got that big giant cherry over there. That's your prized possession there.
Well,
you love that tree.
That's one of the old cherries. You know, some of them are coming from, you know, different. I know they're all grafted, but they don't all taste the same. That's an old fruit. This one here is a beautiful tree. I don't know what it is. It was my dad's, and my dad passed away, and I kept that and a couple of avocados and things that he had.
Well, there's a cherry, and that's, you don't know what that one is.
I don't know what that one is. I could probably put it on the net, and one of them guys could identify it from the fruit. But it's an old tree.
Aren't you curious?
Huh?
Aren't you curious?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. This is great.
Let's walk straight on down this road.
Sure.
And don't trip. And I'll show you I got 3 trees in here that I could always replant another one. But I still have that whole big block there, like I say, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I know I don't want to go in there with anything that's not going to take water. And we just hit all this with weed killer.
So now when you say you hit this with weed killer, right now there's no weed killer. Why didn't you mow that area?
Just letting the grass finish dying.
Is that why? Okay.
Yeah,
but you mowed here. Why didn't you just mow there at the time?
There's a cable underneath there, and I have to pull it. It's all work. I gotta go through there and move all the cables out of the way.
I know. I just put a well in, and I buried my cable.
Yeah.
I buried it a little.
Fruit punch.
Fruit punch.
This is phenomenal. That one over there is Venus late. If somebody wants a late mango, Venus.
Down there, also, it gets the bacterial black spot.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't have it. The ugly one there, that's the juicy peach.
Uh-oh.
Why? Your guess is as good as mine. You know, it's not that it didn't get good care or anything like that. It could be in the root system. It could be, you know, whatever. I don't know that one. And the whole place is mapped out.
Okay.
I have a map with the name of every tree on it because, you know, some of them I forget. That's Pineapple Pleasure.
Very nice.
And that's the ivory. Like I say, I'm not happy with ivory at all.
You're going to top work these?
I got a guy who has real good luck bark grafting them. I was going to try to bark graft it with like CC Love or something like that I don't have.
Have you had Karen Michelle?
I've had Karen Michelle.
What do you think?
That's phenomenal.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So you don't have many Indian varieties, huh?
No. I've got a couple KO Savoy up there. I might put the KO Savoy.
Sun Paris.
Yeah.
And Kesar. Those two are excellent.
I don't have a Kesar. I had Kesars. See, my problem is I'll get the tree down over there in the field looking good, and somebody buys it.
Yeah.
And
So what banana is that in the ground?
Namwa, dwarf
Nama,
Namwa.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, here's the one I wanted to show you. Everybody complains about Harvest Moon not being a good fruiter.
Yeah.
That's Harvest Moon.
Wow. Wow. Well, like you said, they need to be in the ground for a while. People give up on them.
They need to get old. And I don't think a lot of people have old Harvest Moons. Because this is probably some of the first ones that Gary was selling.
Yeah.
Because when he was selling these things, I was just amazed. You know, you know, I mean, mangoes didn't have that flavor years ago, and the ones that he developed were just phenomenal. This is an old Kent. That's a Kent.
Okay.
And the little one next to it was Keat. Had a lot of fruit.
And how are they doing for you? Good?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
we get the black spot near us with that.
Well, I did spray a lot of copper last year. I did. Gary said copper and Bravo. Gary was using Bravo. So, and you know, like I say, you listen to these people who know what they're talking about. I don't get to talk to Gary all the time. I guess it'd be his stepson's running the place now.
What's that?
This one, Malika.
Malika, okay.
And now there's one. Everybody likes Malika.
Well, if you know how to pick them, right?
Yeah. Well, even if you let them ripen a little bit on the tree, they're not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go down to Zills and see Gary's stepson soon. I just was in touch with him again.
Well, we've been so slow over the summer here. Over the winter. We've been real slow.
Wow. Well, it's looking great, man. Everything's looking wonderful here.
And like I say, I do have a few problems with a couple trees. This tree, you know, and everybody says, I planted a tree and I didn't have any luck.
What's this one?
That's Venus.
Okay.
You say, yeah, they have problems with Venus down there. I don't have any problems with it.
Very nice. Beautiful.
This is a few white sapotes. Zane and Rob brought these up. I think I went down and picked these up.
What kind are they?
Rootstock.
Oh, okay.
They're just for rootstock.
Okay.
Starfruit, I'll be grafting those. Canistels, I'll graft those. This is Abu down here. I usually just sell the Abu as a seedling. I have no luck with grafted trees. Whether I do them or somebody else does them, I don't have any luck with them at all. This is another new project I've never done. Persimmons. This is the wild persimmon, little small, astringent, very seedy.
Now,
this will be all for rootstock.
So that's persimmon rootstock.
This is all for rootstock.
What are you going to put on there? Plan.
South Florida.
South Florida. Now, Triumph and South Florida
are different.
They're different.
They are.
You know, there's a lot of controversy on that one.
I don't care. They're different.
Okay. Which one was the Hudson? Are that different?
South Florida.
South Florida and the Hudson are the same.
I think the first name Gary put on the South Florida was tropical. I think they had it as a tropical persimmon, and then they started putting on the tag South Florida persimmon, and then that's when somebody came up with that's the same as the Hudson. That is what it is. It's a Hudson. It's not a Triumph. Triumph doesn't even look like it.
Okay. So do you sell both of them here, or are you going to?
The Triumph?
And yeah.
I don't have any luck with them.
Okay.
Now, I know some people do down south. It may be my water here or anything, something like that. I have had the Triumph. There's another one, the
Fuyu, some people do.
Fuyu. I have no luck with Fuyu. I have no.
But the South Florida one you have luck.
South Florida one had no problem.
Okay, and you do sell that here?
When I can get them.
Yeah.
Gary doesn't have them anymore, and I don't know if they're even doing them anymore. I haven't seen Gary for quite a while, and like I say, it's anytime I get to talk to him, you listen to him, because that's very intelligent man. But anyway, that's that rootstock. This is some avocado rootstock. That's soursop. I'll probably just sell those as they are. Oh, on the corner over there, all the little seedlings in the trays. That's the achachara.
Okay. Achachara, achacharu.
Achacharu, whatever.
Yes.
Pond apple, and then some different things over there. There's a couple mayonnaise and
So you're doing mameys now, because normally you don't do mameys, right?
I don't.
Is that a new experiment, or you
Well,
just had one to play with?
Up there in that great big black bucket,
Yeah.
that is pumpkin pie.
Nice.
You cannot get the pumpkin pies. Like Gary did them down in Costa Rica. They shipped them up here to the United States from Costa Rica, I think. That's what I was told. I can't buy them. You know, nobody can buy them anywhere because there's none available unless they're big like that. One of the boys I know came by and he saw mine and he said, "Oh, I just bought one like that." I said, "What'd you pay for it?" $450.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the pumpkin pie is skeptical on how they do, because I had two big ones.
Mhm.
One just died, and I didn't know why. And I checked with somebody else; they had the same issue. And then I checked with somebody else who was doing really good, and theirs is dying back. So it's a new mamey, so it is questionable.
Well, mine dropped all its leaves, but they're all
They
coming
always
out.
drop the leaves, but mine was doing great in the ground with fruit, and it just died.
Well, some of this stuff there's no answer.
Yeah.
So,
And I just tasted a new mamey, which is the best one I've ever tasted, called Jamaica. Julian had it. He got it from Trek. It's called Jamaica. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, if I get another one, I'm going to try to drive up here and have you taste it. It's so good. Yeah.
that's the little Vietnamese pomegranates over there. There's 100 or so mangoes over there to grab. I'm going to do them. Get
Very
a few
nice.
mangoes, few this, few that. This is mainly the seedling stuff. Like I said, that over there is all the Adamoyas. The box right there is another 1,000 Adamoya seed. Cherimoya seed. It's
Sure.
what we'll graft the Adamoyas onto.
And here we are under this lychee tree. How you doing with the lychee?
I'm doing fine. This one's flowering. This is going to fruit this year.
Okay. No mite stuff?
No mites on this one. One of the guys has a recipe for the sulfur that they're putting on them. See all the blooms? Look at them all.
Wow.
So hopefully end of May, first, second week in June, we'll have a lot of fruit.
Yeah, we'll come and do a video here. Yeah.
We can
That's
eat
great.
lychees.
Oh, yeah. It's becoming very hard to find them, because a lot of the farms have been hit hard.
Oh yeah. That and a lot of them are taking them down because they're not fruiting. Not enough cold on them. We get plenty of cold here.
Yeah, let's see what you got here. And this is dangerous here. I'm gonna look at his mango trees. It's very dangerous because
I don't have a lot right now. I've got spring will be coming. We'll put more in.
you got a Hayden mango. Wow, you don't see many people selling those trees.
The old timers, they oh, Hayden, that's the best one. And I thought, well, you have a lot of problems on it. And if they bring it out to where nobody's out there, they won't have a problem.
So you have a Sugarloaf for sale there. Okay.
Yeah, there's quite a few Sugarloafs.
How's your Sugarloaf do?
Okay.
It does good, because it takes a while before it gets going. It likes to make a lot of male flowers, and then it takes years, but then it comes back eventually.
Well, that's why I said I think all the mango trees, mainly almost everything, it just takes time.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been here forever. 35 years or something.
Yeah, I can't. People say, what do I do with all my mangoes? I can't get enough. I saved them in the freezer, but I ran out a month ago. You can't even get enough.
Yeah.
People don't know.
And there's nothing like growing your own or your neighbor growing one and you trying them.
What do you put in the pot here? Because they don't normally have
The cover?
Yeah, what is that?
It's just
Okay.
keeps the weeds down a little bit.
And you water these every day or what?
The mangoes I don't water every day. The other stuff over there I do. The avocados I do. Most of the avocados are going to have to be bumped up already.
What size is this here?
3 gallons.
3 gallons. Pretty big. Yeah. And as the avocados, you have a great selection of avocados, but you only deal with certain ones, cold hardy ones, correct?
Mainly. I mean, I have Nishikawa. I don't think that's very cold hardy out of Hawaii. I have that.
Did you get the Kampong yet? I told you
No.
that's besides Oro Negro, that must be my favorite winter one, the Kampong.
I have a bunch of Oro Negro.
Yeah, that's great. I think I got mine from you.
I like Oro Negro.
I might have. And then what size are those blue pots?
Well, it's almost a 25 gallon, right at a 25 gallon size. They were feed buckets when the pandemic thing started. One of the guys I know that had a big ranch, he brought them to me, and I just drilled holes in the bottom. See the little sticker on them says what they are. It's a mineral for the cows. So
one of the things I love about Mike's site is if you go on his Facebook page, every once in a while he'll just throw up an amazing deal on trees, and it's like, wow.
Just to get rid of them.
Amazing, like really amazing deals. It's really amazing. I mean, follow him on Facebook. I'll put the link below. You don't actually have a website. Your Facebook page is the way.
Yeah.
And I'll put the link below because it's amazing how you throw these amazing deals up.
The mangoes are still 35 in the threes. I think there's only a couple of us still at 35 because everybody else has gone up. Zilla's went up. Everybody's gone up. On the small 50s, like on the small 7s, these are 50.
For a 7, that's unheard of.
Yeah, a lot of people are 70 and 80.
Yeah.
You know? Like that's Harvest Moon right there. We sell those for 100, and that's cheap. That's dirt cheap.
Oh yeah.
That's cheaper than you can buy them wholesale.
That's 25.
Yeah.
Per gallon. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I don't have the overhead that a lot of places have. You know, when you start talking about having 3 and 4 and 5 guys there working all the time, you know, it's just hard.
What do you think of buttercream?
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
Super Alfonso.
I haven't had the fruit.
Wow.
So
I'll have to bring you one this year.
I haven't had the
Really
fruit.
nice. Really nice. Righty. What's cotton candy? Nice. Very nice. Well, thank you, Mike.
No, thank you for coming up.
Yeah. All right, everybody. There it was. This amazing, amazing nursery. Check it out. The link is below. And this place, the prices are the best. The integrity is amazing here because Mike knows what he's doing and he really cares about people. And also the trees here, it's like a museum of fruit trees. So don't just run here and get a tree. Run here and meet Mike. Talk to him if you can. He's a wealth of knowledge, and go around these trees and look around. This is coming to be one of the nurseries that I spent the most time at in terms of nurseries, because it's not just a nursery. It's an amazing fruit tree playground. It's amazing here. And he lets you try the fruit if it's fruit season. So if you buy a tree, you'll get some fruit, and it's amazing. So get here, get his opinion of what might be best and work for you. And thank you, Mike. Link is below. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a great day and keep growing.